Right, this is going to be a 10-minute rapid game. Don't play very many rapid, so need to slow my normal pace down. So we're going to play Sicilian. Knight up, so I guess I'll play bishop up. Just turn the sound up a touch more. Queen up, so I guess I'll... I could go for development, but I think he gets knight down then. So I'll just take. Now knight up. B5 maybe just pawn up. Okay, I think knight up is okay here, I might be wrong. But I've got multiple escape squares. So he kicks it again, so let's just drop back. I'm just aiming to castle, development castle, and then worry about the rest afterwards. Oh, he pushes up again, okay. So I guess I'll take and then I'll castle. Actually I think I might throw in h3 first, although castle, pawn down, knight moves, bishop down, I can always queen check. So I'll just castle. So knight takes, either takes, rook check doesn't do much. So let's just play up and hit the pawn. So he takes. So I guess I'll just take with a pawn. If I take with a rook he can push. I think I'll just go with pawn and then I can always develop the bishop. Maybe pawn is playable. I'm wondering whether to try and play d4 before my opponent does. He has played it, so I can't now. So knight across is obviously the natural move. Then you've got bishop over, but then I can maybe hit the queen. Protect my knight, hit the bishop. Yeah, let's go for that. So if bishop down, knight over is my idea. Maybe a check first so he doesn't bother. So knight across is still playable. I guess rook across is playable. Rook across, bishop up. Could take. I think I'll just play rook across. It's a natural development move. So I guess we'll see bishop over and knight across. Yeah, the other knight up is potentially playable, but I don't think it works. Might be wrong. So he drops the queen back. Interesting. So that gives me potentially bishop up. Queen takes. Or do I just take? I don't think that works. I think I've got queen up, and then he's got bishop up, same idea. Knight up. Yeah, queen up, bishop up. It's whether I then allow him to take. Let's just play queen up for now. I don't think I can stop him castling, so I'll probably just develop the bishop somewhere. Maybe I should stick to my earlier h3 idea just to stop the annoying bishop g4. So I guess he's going to play bishop up, and then it's a case of, do I allow him to take? He doesn't play that, he develops the knight. okay. So he's given me bishop to g5. f6. Pawn up I don't really like the look of. Knight out wide is playable. He can't take, well, actually he can take, can't he? So it's not playable. Bishop up, he's got knight down. But then I've got queen where? Queen across. Still a pin down, bishop back. Yeah, I don't see anything better, so I'm just going to play h3. And then maybe bishop d2. Just bishop d2 and maybe drop the queen back. I'm assuming the rook will come across at some point. I mean, I could play queen forward and offer a queen trade. In fact, that looks quite tempting actually. It does look tempting. Or it did, he's headed that off. So I've got queen up, bishop up, rook across. Queen up if bishop up, rook across. There's no knight check. He would have knight to hit the two pieces though, so that doesn't quite work. So let's get rook across first, get off this diagonal. And then maybe queen up. He plays bishop up. So same idea, queen up, knight up, sorry, bishop up. I don't have much. So I've got maybe bishop out wide, hit the queen, but what am I achieving? Not a lot. So what about bishop this way? Let's just go across and look to get rid of that bishop. I mean, I'm giving him still the knight in 4, can't I, though? I've made a mistake there. I have blundered badly there, but maybe knight in I can possibly go up. Or maybe just exchanging rook for knight isn't actually that terribly bad. Like I've got queen up here, hit the knight. I think that looks okay. What am I missing? Queen up, bishop up maybe. Yeah, queen up, bishop up. I've actually got queen here maybe. If takes, knight takes, and I'm hitting the bishop. Yeah, let's play that. Oh, I can just take the knight, can he? But then I take. If bishop up, I can trade the queen. If he takes, I take with the knight and I'm hitting the bishop. Yeah. Let's just see what he does. I'll pre-move knight takes queen just in case he takes. So he does take, so hitting the bishop he moves. So what have I got? I've got to move this knight. Now do I take, do I drop back and hit the pawn? I think that looks sensible. Let's take, and if bishop takes, rook across. So he kicks my knight first, so I can actually grab the pawn and hit the bishop there. Is there anything better? I don't see it. So let's just take. He's going to take, and then it's a case of do I go forward or do I go more defensive? Probably forward. Threatening knight over and hit the pawn. That looks good. Both knights support the pawn. So takes, rook up. He could immediately challenge the rook though. Let's just see what he does. I don't think the bishop's getting trapped, is it? Actually, if he takes and rook across, where does the bishop go? The bishop has no squares, does it? So I've got a chance to just take now. Take, knight takes is a trade. Take, he takes, the rook I take, and it's two pieces. Very tempting. But I could again just play rook straight up. Rook up to hit the bishop, and he's gonna go back. Rook up. It just feels more natural to take the bishop. Knight takes. But then I don't see how I gain a real attack though. Takes, knight takes, rook up, hit the knight and the pawn. Yeah, let's go this way. I'll pre-move in case he takes the rook. He doesn't, so I'll push up. Hit the knight and pawn. If I grab a second pawn, that's two clean pawns up. That's a good advantage. Doesn't mean I'll hold it, but it's good. And if I can get f4 in to plant the knight, that's going to be very good. So grab the pawn while I can. If rook across, I can always consider pushing. So that's a strong option. It stops his knight coming over. It restricts my rook though. It restricts my rook, that's the downside, but it's got to be worth playing. And then try and get f4 in. He offers a rook trade. Again, any reason not to? I don't see it. So I think it's probably worth f4. I don't think I can stop this, but I can just push, plant the knight. I could push up, but then that feels wrong. So I'm going to play f4 and g3. Or maybe king up. So g3. And just try and keep the knight planted. So king up. Again, take in case he takes. Now, is he giving me any tactics with knight up to hit the rook? Knight back. My pawn is loose right now. I've got pawn up. Knight takes, rook across, and where does his knight go? He could come down and hit the pawn. Rook check. He has to go back, grab the pawn with a check. I think that's playable actually. Let's push. I might be wrong, I might be making a mistake, but if he takes, the idea is a cross, and if knight down to hit the pawn, I want a check first to push the king somewhere back, and then grab the pawn with check, and then worry about protecting the pawn. So he plays rook down, but now can I go forward? I've got king up actually just to hit his rook, haven't I? Yeah, he can't defend that. He's going to have to retreat the rook if I play here. I think he's made a mistake there. Yeah. If he takes the pawn, or actually if he takes the pawn, I just take the rook, of course. So he's going to have to retreat, and then I can push and kick the knight. So he's just given me a bit of a tempo here. Far from one, of course, though. Far from one. So push and kick the knight, and then aim for the second file instead. Alright, so rook across, knight can come in, but I'm still going to get forward. The idea is to go up and threaten a checkmate. Again, I'll pre-move in case he takes. He might go for the open file. but I think I'm in time to allow rook check, drop back, hit the rook, and everything's still guarded, and there's still a mate threat if I get rook to b7. Of course, he may play knight this way, but then I can maybe get development going forward, but then I'll let him in. That's double-edged. Can I? What can I do? What else can I do? I could play rook up actually just to hit the knight, can't I? Rook to b5 hits the knight. He can't take. So I don't see what he does. Oh, that's a nice tactic. If he plays across, I can actually take a knight check, and that wins on the spot. Yeah, rook across would be a terrible blunder, allowing rook takes. And the knight supports the pawn. He drops back so he sees it. So now I've got the 7th rank, threatening checkmate. Again, rook across allows a knight check. Takes, I can take back. So I don't see any reason not to play it. There's no knight check. If he takes, it's a check. So I'll pre-move to take back. But there's a checkmate threat on the board, so he's got to deal with that. So there's still a checkmate threat on the board, and the obvious rook is not really defense due to knight check. I'm also hitting a pawn, of course, with a nice advanced pawn, so I think I'm doing very well here. So is that checkmate, or has he got check? He can step across. Knight over is not a move. So check, king over, then grab the pawn. It's a case of where do I want his king. I can just grab the pawn. Yeah, where his king is now, there's potential checks. I've got rook across. Actually, I've got knight check. Does that win the knight? Knight check followed by takes. King back. I take. He takes. I take. He takes. I come in. That's got to be winning, hasn't it? Yeah, that's just winning. So I'm going to pick up the knight, and if he gets back, we trade. I come in and collect the pawn. That's a very good win. Very good. So that's what, 65? So that puts me up to 1998, I think, for classical. Very good.